Hi everyone, Frankie here, and today I'm going to be showing you a really interesting element I got today. So this right here, this is gallium. It's in the same group as aluminum, boron, indium, thallium, and an nontrium, very unstable heavy element. So it's going to have very similar chemistry to aluminum. What makes this metal so interesting is that it is a solid at room temperature and a liquid at body temperature, so you can simply melt it by warming it with your hand. It is also much safer to handle than mercury, since it is not a horrible heavy metal neurotoxin. So I'm going to open this first. So as you can see, this is firmly a solid at room temperature. So I'm going to go warm it with some hot water. It's a bit faster than melting it with your hand, and then pour it into a beaker and play around with it a bit. Alright, let me see if I can get this to melt. We'll wait for this to warm up. Alright, it's nice and hot now, so I'm going to melt the metal. Seal this nice and tight. Won't be water contamination. Use this beaker. Alright, let's give it a moment. Alright, I've held in there for about a minute, and just a little bit of it has melted. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I'll keep it in there longer, see if I can liquefy the whole tube. So this gallium is often bound with arsenic to make an excellent semiconductor in smartphones, microwaves, other electronic technology. Essentially, a semiconductor conducts electricity under some conditions, and under others, it does not. So this is very useful for sending signals or stopping signals. Alright, now you should be able to see quite a bit of it is liquefied now. I keep melting it. I'll take it over to the light once it's all melted so you can see it better. most of it is melted, just a little bit longer. Let's add some more hot water. Alright, so I've left the gallium in warm water for a good 10 minutes, and I believe I've liquefied all of it. So I'm going to pour it out into a beaker and play around with it a bit. Pretty interesting, isn't it? It's got a little bit of gallium oxide in there, which tends to stain your skin dark gray when you handle it, but it's otherwise non-toxic, and any stains can be simply washed off with soapy water. So as you can see, it's got a high surface tension. It sticks to itself even more so than water. It's also more dense than water, so if you put your finger in it, you're going to feel quite a bit of pressure on it. I'm going to pour this out and play with it a bit. It's really, really interesting to hold. So if you can do this without spilling it. It's rather hard to clean up if you spill it. So with that high surface tension, it all sticks together in this big drop of it here. And you can simply clean this off with warm water. Oop. So I'm going to let it cool and crystallize a bit, because it forms interesting geometric crystals if you let the crystals form underneath and then pour out the remaining liquid. Alright, I've let the gallium sit for a little bit, and I think I've got a crystal in there. Let me see if I can get it out. Come on. There we go. So as you can see, it forms these really nice metallic crystals. Now gallium atoms attract each other quite strongly, so they're going to crystallize under the liquid before the rest of it actually solidifies. So later on I'm going to apply the same principle to bismuth to make bismuth crystals. I'll show you that in another video. So this gallium is often bound with arsenic to make gallium arsenide for a great semiconductor in smartphones, microwaves, whatever other electronics you might use. A semiconductor conducts electricity in some conditions, and in other conditions it does not. So this is useful if you want to start or stop sending a signal by simply changing the environment around the metal. There's another crystal. And then you can simply remelt this with warm water or propane torch or whatever you've got and pour it back into the tube. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.